What's up, dreamers? Welcome back to my channel, D. Marie Dreams. I'm your girl, D. Marie. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than some of the previous videos, but I wanted to sit down today and talk about the biggest transformation that I see in myself. So for me, if you know my backstory, you know that I divorced my ex-spouse, who was actually in fact a narcissist. And so I did suffer a lot of emotional abuse. I did suffer a lot of financial abuse, but I am making these videos because even further back in my history, my grandmother was actually killed, Shirley May Laurie, March 9th, 1991, in the courthouse downtown Milwaukee as a result of a toxic relationship. And so she's the reason that I do what I do. And I also, again, was in a very toxic long-term relationship myself. So with that being said, I want to talk about the biggest transformation that I see in myself. So for me, the biggest transformation that I see is I've been doing all this healing work, and I've been divorced now for 2 years. But the biggest transformation that I see within myself is my mindset. My mindset has completely transformed and completely shifted in so many ways. And it's phenomenal because I now look at the girl in the mirror and I love who I see. And I can't say that I felt the same way when I was going through my toxic relationship. And so the biggest transformation, again, is mindset. So let me just tell you in some ways how my mindset shifted. So the first way that my mindset shifted personally is from victim to victor. And so I always say that you have a choice. You have a choice in if you want to be known as a victim and you want to say, woe is me, or if you want to get out of that mindset and say, you know what, this happened to me, it was bad, it was horrible, it was horrific, I don't wish that on anyone, but I'm going to rise to the occasion. I'm going to bet on myself. And that's exactly what I did. So again, shifting my mindset from victim to victor, I see a huge difference. The second way that my mindset has shifted, try saying that. Mindset, mind shift, it's, try saying that fast 3 times, right? You get tongue tied. But the second way that my mindset has shifted is from scarcity mindset to abundance mindset. So I think that it's very easy to have a scarcity mindset, and it's very difficult to have an abundance mindset. And so again, I think that shifting that mindset, I no longer have a scarcity mindset. Everything that is supposed to find me will find me. And I really, truly, honestly believe that. And so once you shift the mindset, everything else follows. And like I said, I can barely recognize myself sometimes now, but in a good way. And when I was in my toxic relationship, I could not recognize myself, but that was negative. But I have grown and transformed, and I have shifted my mindset to the fact now I surprise myself sometimes. And again, that is a wonderful thing that I now celebrate, because it's nothing like having an abundance mindset. And for that, I'm so grateful for. Another way that I shifted my mindset was from broken and childhood trauma. And I shifted that to healed and powerful. And so I would oftentimes pray that I'm able to see myself how my Creator sees me. And once I started to do that, everything else started to fall into place. So I no longer am suffering from comparison, comparing myself to this person or that person, or suffering from brokenness or childhood trauma, because those parts of me have been healed. And I now know that those are the things that caused me to settle in a relationship that was never good for me from the start. And so again, once I shifted my mindset, everything else has been amazingly beautiful, and I'm grateful. So here are a few ways that you could potentially shift your mindset, and these things are helpful. These things were helpful for me, and I hope that they're helpful for you as well. So the first thing is betting on yourself. If you don't bet on yourself, who else will bet on you? And so betting on yourself is extremely important to shifting your mindset. It's basically shifting your mindset to say and to know that I got this. If I don't bet on anybody else, I'm gonna bet on me, because I know what I'm capable of. And so betting on yourself is so essential when you are trying to shift your mindset. Another way is making personal development your absolute number one priority. For me, that is all I did when I was going through my healing phase. And so I made myself a priority, and I made or personal development, self-development was always a major priority. And honestly, it still is a priority. And so there was not a day that went by that I did not do something to develop me, something to focus on me. Because again, when you're shifting your mindset, it really requires a lot of work, a lot of work. And some of the work is going to be challenging, some of the work is going to be tough, but the end results are most certainly going to be worth it. So focusing and making sure that you are a priority, and personal development is a priority. That's another way to shift your mindset. Another way to shift your mindset is to retrain your brain to focus on the positive. It's so easy to focus on the negative and not the positive. And I always like to say that it's perfect. I always like to say that with my clients as well as my students, I'll say this, that, and the other. I'll say a million or 99 positive things and one thing that needs to be worked on, and they focus on what needs to be worked on, that one thing. That's just human nature. I'm the same way. I focus on, I need to work on this. I need to tweak on this. And there's nothing wrong with that, to make improvements and to make adjustments. However, if that's all you're focusing on, that could be problematic. So again, it's ideal to shift your mindset and focus on the positive and not the negative. You really have to get a good command over when your brain and when the negative self-talk arises, that you nip it right then and there and turn it around so that you can focus back on the positive. Another way to shift your mindset is imagining and visualizing the impossible happening. And so again, that can be really, really difficult, but if you focus on the impossible happening and really honestly believing that it's happening or that it's going to happen, that is a mind shift or a mindset shift. And so how do you do that? Set small goals. Whenever there is something that is overwhelming as far as like a project or a task or a goal, I always love to break it up in increments. So make a to-do list, put small little steps, small little goals until you achieve that major goal. And so that really does a great job of helping you get to and execute that larger goal. So that has been so helpful for me in the past, and it continues to be helpful for me now. Spending time alone, that's a big one. And so you really have to spend some time alone to reflect and analyze and work on you. It's very helpful. And so again, when you are trying to do a mindset shift, spending time alone is so invaluable because it lets you reintroduce you to you. And so that mindset shift really can soar if you spend time by yourself and get to know your own company. I really love spending time alone and reading or journaling or meditating or praying. And some of the things that I read about are other ways to shift my mindset. Some of the things that I pray and meditate about are, again, the same thing, how to shift my mindset. And so those are so powerful tools. And so that's it. Is there anything that I missed? Let me know in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got something from it. And I can't wait to read your comments. Again, I'm your girl, D. Marie, a divorce and dream coach, a professor, an author, a real estate investor. I do offer one-on-one coaching calls, and I also have a new course that's available, Divorce Healing Recovery. I'll put the details in the description below, and keep healing. Until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Take care of yourselves.